Hey, what's up everybody? This is VisitJoan and I'm doing another shell challenge. This time around it is Bubblyzen's Bubbly Shell, and really I pretty much found her through this shell and I just haven't gotten around to watching any of her videos yet. I probably will in a little bit though, but anyway, here I am looking around at this shell and I figured, why not? I'm trying to get my name out there. I'm trying to grow my channel. And the last shell I did, Simmer Aaron's Ugly Shell Challenge, was actually really fun. So anyway, I'm going to look at this shell. It seems like a modern build. I'm really kind of confused. Where do these windows come from? Like, I've never seen these windows in my game before. Like, what is that? Yes, that is a window. No, that's not custom content because I don't have any in here. Like, what is that actually? Oh, it's from Get Together. Okay, yeah, okay. See, I never use these windows. That's why, I didn't even know they existed. Like, it just, they're standing there right and staring me right in front of the face, and I still have no idea that they exist. Okay. So, we have this pretty modern shell. It's actually pretty well built, and I think the rules were basically you can't make it bigger or smaller, you can't change the windows, and you can't move the stairs. Although I did ask if I could do the customizable stairs as long as I kept them in place, and the answer was yes. So I'm looking around this shell here and it's kind of pretty small. I mean, I kind of want to do this as a house because the last one I did was a community lot, but I don't know. I mean, what am I supposed to put in here? This room is so long and thin. This is like a dorm room. I mean, a university doesn't come out for another like 4 days, but that's honestly what the shape of this makes me think of. What am I supposed to put in here? I mean, it's the perfect location for a bedroom, but I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? This is so small. So yes, it is a challenge indeed. There's a nice big space upstairs, and now I'm going to take a look downstairs. A nice big space down here. It looks pretty open. I think this would be perfect for an open floor plan. I'm thinking maybe we can put the kitchen over on the side. I don't know. That's just what it seems to speak to me. I don't know. Maybe we could put maybe one bedroom on the bottom, and then maybe we could fit a couple on the top. I don't know. I mean, I kind of don't want to do this house if it's not a family house, because I don't know, it's just playing with a couple is boring, and if I do have a couple, I probably will make them have kids at some point, so I need to put some more bedrooms in here. So I don't know, maybe this I could work with this. It's I could put the kitchen on the side, like I said before, and maybe the dining room in the middle, but then where would the living room go? I think it would probably go in like the front, but don't we need like an entryway? Like, there's no room for like a living room and an entryway. Like, I have no idea what the heck is going on. But yes, this is a nice big space with the stairs. Although the only problem I have with the stairs is that there's like this space next to the stairs, like right next to the stairs, and it's basically unusable space. And I'm like, that's really just kind of a waste. But I can't move it, so there's that. I guess that's part of the challenge. But yeah, that's pretty much this house. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Although I'm looking up here and I think I could probably fit maybe 3 bedrooms up here. Maybe one on the side, maybe, I don't know, one up and one on the bottom, and have the middle area be the hallway. I don't know, I'm gonna get started and see what happens. So the first thing I did was basically try to customize the stairs because, I like the straight stairs in this house, but every other build we've had for the last 5 years has straight stairs, so I wanted to do something a little bit different, but it did not work out as planned. It actually, I tried several different ways. I couldn't bend it one way because the wall was in the way, and then I couldn't bend it the other way because, well, it would leave the sim trapped. Yeah, that was not a good thing. So, I decided to leave them straight. And then, I was trying to figure out how to do the downstairs floor plan, and I was thinking, I'm just going to go upstairs. So I walled off the 3 rooms upstairs, and I was trying to figure out where the frick I was going to put this bathroom, which was not easy because these rooms were already so tiny, and I know what it's like to have a tiny bedroom. I have a tiny bedroom. It's, like, bad. It's, like, for a while, I was only able to fit, like, a bed in there, and then I was able to move the bed to the side. But anyway, I ended up basically counting all the different squares to figure out which room was the largest, and it turns out the one at the top had the largest area. However, I couldn't put the bathroom, kind of indented in there because the window was in the way, and I couldn't change the window. I had to, and then at the time that the window, or gosh, I don't even know what I'm talking about. You know where there was, when the window ended, it was just too far in and taking up too much space. So I had to basically cut into the other room that was gonna go to the teenage boy. And then I started doing the outside, as you can see, and I had a pretty little color scheme. I wanted the pop-outs to be accents, but I did have this problem with the abrupt changes that look completely stupid. So I put in some columns, and I decided to keep the landscaping fairly simple. I did put a fountain in the back, and oh my goodness, like, I had a problem with landscaping that too, because the stupid things just kept going on like the top of the whatchamacallit, the deck, and I'm like, no, so I had to move the patio, do the landscaping, and then put it back. And you know, I probably should have just put the trim on it, and it would have covered it up anyway, but since it covered up all the landscaping, you know, I don't even know what I'm saying. Like, I just completely and totally lost it. But this is what prep week will do to you. It will completely mush over your mind, and you know, it's just like, I feel like I'm doing like NaNoWriMo, but with The Sims, and like, you had like Preptober, and you know, I am prepping for the Sims 4 University release. I'm trying to get everything done to the point where all I have to do is just pop in the university stuff, and then just be able to upload it and edit it, and oh my goodness, that's going to be like really fun. But and I wanted to put a hold on building until I knew for sure what items were actually coming in the university pack, because, you know, I kind of got sick of building. I kind of got a little bit burnt out of it, but there's a lot of stuff I want to do. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to wait and do some like storytelling videos and stuff like that. And then, but now that the deep dive live stream has happened and the embargo has lifted on the Game Changers, I now have a better idea of what is coming in this pack, so I can make more concrete plans. And it turns out when I said I wasn't doing university content on this channel, I lied. Well, okay, I didn't lie because, you know, whatchamacallit. Because when I said it was true, that's not lying. You know what? I changed my mind, okay? Don't come after me for that. People are allowed to do that. Sheesh, everyone. Like, oh my goodness. But I decided to keep the landscaping on this fairly simple because I'm not the best at landscaping. I've gotten better in the past few months, but I'm still not like a master at landscaping. And if I tried to do like over extravagant landscaping, it would just look stupid. But anyway, on to inside the house, and I have absolutely no idea where we are in the video because I am recording over it, but I haven't edited out everything yet because, well, my mom went to the store, and the funny thing is, you know, my parents, they went to see my uncle's new digger that he got in Indiana for some reason. I don't know, but so they were gone all day, but, you know, I have to work when it's light out because that's just the way I work, you know? But I decided to go with an open plan, and the really interesting thing is I wanted to do something fancy with the dining tables in the kitchen because I saw something really cool in somebody's house. I don't remember whose it was, but they had like a counter that was like going like around, and then there was like a spot in the middle where they had put whatchamacallit, a little table. And I kind of wanted to do something like that, but there was just not enough space. So I kind of like, maybe I could put the table like, you know, sticking out like at bar height. And basically I was screwing around, and all of a sudden I had like the table height table underneath the bar height table. I'm like, I like the way that looks. I've never seen anybody do that before. I'm going to do that. And I screwed around for a little bit trying to figure out where the heck I was going to place this because I had planned to put the dining room in the middle, but now that the kitchen and the dining room were pretty much one area, I was just like, okay, where am I putting this thing? And so finally, I found something that, you know, looked good. It looked like, you know, the Sims could actually use the kitchen. And I did play test it, so it looks good. It is good to go. Oh my goodness, I am like so tired right now, but I'm going to get this done because right now we are in the last stretch, less than 24 hours to go. Yes, it's been a while since I last recorded this, but I am doing like 5 or so voiceovers today, which was not the plan, but, you know, that's what ended up happening, so I'm going to push through this one, eat lunch, and then take a nap. So, anyway, back to the kitchen. I wanted, like, the main color to be blue, and, you know, the only really counters that basically reflected that and matched the color scheme were the island living counters, and they're posed a problem because we don't have island living cabinets. And yes, I could have used those shelves as like cabinets, but I really wanted to use actual cabinets. So I was trying to, at least figure out, I wanted to use the tall cabinets and figure out which ones would look good. So I tried like the one from Spa Day, and that was okay. It matched the bottom, but then eventually I settled on the one from Cool Kitchen Stuff, and I was able to put some base game cabinets that matched those. So the counters and the cabinets are kind of mix and match, but it doesn't look all that bad. And I did change the tiling with the, oh boy. I changed the backsplash. That's why you didn't see me put it on there. And I put the little island living shelves on top of the cabinets because I thought that looked cool. I've never done that. I've never seen anyone do that. So it's kind of like my own little unique thing. But I didn't really put any clutter or anything on top of that because I figured, it's so high up. Nobody's actually going to be able to reach that. But okay, so I'm just taking care of the little shelves right now. And I really just don't exactly remember what is going on through my mind while this is actually happening. So, yeah, I decided to play with the lighting a little bit, put some different lights in there. Because the bad thing is that the saucer lights are really the best lights. The other lights don't emit enough light for it to be like, for me to be actually able to see what the heck I'm doing. So, yeah, so I usually do what other people do, scale down the saucer lights and just put them like up above the lights I want to use anyway, so that it looks and functions good at the same time, if you know what I mean, if I know what I'm saying. Dear God, maybe I need to eat some lunch or something. So that's pretty much just like about it for the kitchen, and you can obviously tell that I have pre-recorded this, because as you can see, I am using my little friend, the red shelf, and in the update that came out a couple of days ago, it kind of broke. And, I get rid of all my script mods once I'm done using them, so I don't really have to worry about that. And I've never had a problem with CC breaking the game before. However, when I went to load up a lot for the first time since the update, it just randomly crashed, and I was back at the desktop. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I tried loading it again, and I kind of searched online for the answers, and lo and behold, people were having the same problem. And, it crashed again, and so I'm like, okay, this thing says there's probably some mods in your mods folder that is causing this to crash. And I'm sitting there thinking, that's weird, because I got all my script mods out of there. Well, I went into my mods folder anyway, and it turns out that I still had, like, a package file with a pose that I had been planning to use and just didn't get around to it. So I took that out, loaded the game up again, and it crashed again. And so I'm like, okay, maybe I just need to disable script mods. And so I did that. Game crashed again. So I decided to actually load a different lot. And that lot loaded fine. I was able to play the game. And so I'm thinking, okay, it must be some kind of custom content that the lot I'm trying to load has, but this other lot doesn't. And since I have so little custom content, and the lot that I was loading didn't have anybody with any custom hair. And I only have one piece of build CC, and that's the red shelf. So I knew immediately that that's what was causing the game to crash. So I took it out, and I was able to load the game. And I'm just like so proud of myself, because normally when I try to troubleshoot something, especially when I was in school, oh my goodness, it would take so long. In fact, when I was doing like assignments at school, I would basically end up sitting there for like 5 hours getting absolutely nowhere, because everything I tried either didn't do anything or made the program worse. And I was pretty proud of myself for figuring that out on my own. So, you know what? The red shelf doesn't work, but it's not that big of a deal to me because, I can live a little bit without the red shelf. I've built before without it, and I can build without it again. And yeah, it's going to be a little inconvenient to place items, but I'd rather have a working game. So there you go. So now, back to this house. I kind of struggled a little bit with the living room area because I knew exactly what sofas I wanted to use. And I really couldn't find a way to arrange them that looked right. Because, I tried one way with the 2 long sofas because there's no 2 length of sofa in that set. But, I tried it the one way. I didn't really like it. So I tried a little more compact method. And it just felt like it was just like right up against the front door. Like you would open the front door and then boom, run into a sofa. And that's not what anybody wants in their house. So I solved that issue by, sticking a half wall in there and putting the TV on the half wall. And that kind of separated the living area from like the entryway and made its own little entryway. So yeah, that worked. I was able to test it out when the welcome wagon came. and they pretty much had no problem coming in. But then I'm just sitting there thinking, okay, what am I going to do with all this area on the sides? Because I just don't like having all that much negative space in the rooms, because then it just really feels unfinished. I tried a piano, that didn't look good at all, and so eventually I just settled on a dartboard. And doing this entryway was just kind of, I was trying to put like random pieces of clutter everywhere to make it look like an actual house and not something that was just halfway done, but I wasn't really all that happy with it, but I had to get this done simply because, the due date for this was November 15th, and I had all the stuff from Discover University to prepare for, so I left it the way it was and then went back to editing it when I reloaded the game off camera. So when it comes to the final result, it will look a little bit different, but how much of me screwing around with cluttering this house do you actually want to see? I mean, I don't know. I am one of those people that, like, after 5 minutes of watching a speed build, I usually start getting bored and start wanting to do something else. And now we're on to the master bedroom. Now, funny story about this is that I had totally intended to put pride flags up in this room because, the thing is that I don't really have that many LGBT Sims in my game, and, I kind of want to go for a variety of different Sims in this little save file that I have going on, but I hadn't actually gotten around to doing, a same-sex family yet, or use the gender customization tool that much. That's not something I really use all that often. So I wanted to definitely, try it out. I don't really want to be one of those people that has, like, a game full of straight cis Sims. So I decided that in this house, there's a transgender woman married to a cisgender woman, which is something I've never actually done before in The Sims. So I'm trying new things here. But, I did the master bedroom, and then I went into the oldest son's room, and I realized that, I wanted to have him have the straight ally flag. At least I think that's a straight ally flag. But when I put that flag there, all of a sudden I realized, oh my goodness, I forgot the pride flags in the master bedroom. So I had to go back and put them in, and I actually edited it so it would look like I put them in at the same time as everything else, but that's not what happened, as you basically just heard. And, I figured, kind of the backstory is that the cisgender woman is pansexual. So she had a husband, and her kids are, basically pretty much from that marriage, and that marriage pretty much went south. I don't know why. But then she married the transgender woman, and I don't really want to get into all of this on my channel because it's something that is just, completely divisive, and I just don't really want to start something here. I mean, there are places for that, and my YouTube channel is not one of them. So if you have a problem with this whole thing, no one is forcing you to be here. You can leave. The boys' room was really just so tiny, and I kind of had trouble trying to figure out where I was going to put a dresser and, the desk. And so basically what I decided is I found that, hospital cabinet that came with Get to Work, and I was able to put, a shelf on that, kind of maybe that it looked like it was a bookshelf. And then to, well, you just saw what I did. I don't need to explain it, but I really am proud of that, actually. And this room is probably the older girl's room. And I kind of figured maybe she was, more of, in the preteen age. So I did give her a laptop, maybe just because, I mean, I've been out of grade school for over a decade, so I don't really have any personal experience with this. But I have, read articles about how more and more schools are requiring the internet to get homework done. And a lot of people, they have to, if they don't have internet at home, they have to basically, park in a McDonald's parking lot. And so I kind of figured that it would make sense if she was, in middle school, 6th grade or something, that she would have her own laptop so she could do her homework. So that is why I gave her one. I did not give the younger girl one, maybe because they're, still working on paper in, elementary school or something like that. I don't know. But even in elementary school, we did have to use a computer, which caused me a lot of problems because I couldn't type. But we did have a computer lab, and we did, have to type on the computer. And, well, I'm not going to tell you all these stories right now because we're pretty much almost at the end of the build. I am on the last room here. But this is the younger girl's room, and so I was trying to figure out, oh my goodness, where am I gonna put everything? Like, where am I gonna put the dollhouse? That was the big problem. And I was just like looking around like, oh my goodness, I definitely wanted them to have a dollhouse because, you know, 2 girls, they would definitely have one. And it's not that boys can't play with dolls, they totally can if they want to. But I was trying to find a place for it somewhere, and I ended up shifting a lot of stuff around. And, you know, Rosebud actually said that felt like playing Tetris, but that wasn't what, you know, went through my mind when I was doing this. I just thought it was a funny thing to add. So eventually I did win the game. If there's a way you can actually win Tetris. Well, you can in Tetris 99, but I've never actually done that. The best place I've gotten was 9th, and I have no idea how the heck that actually happened, because usually when you get down to like the 30s, you know, the Tetroids start coming so fast. It's like, wait a minute, I can't think that fast. I don't even know what I'm doing. But anyway, this build is wrapping up, so if you enjoyed it, I would really appreciate you leaving a like and a comment. Please subscribe if you want to see more, and that's going to be it. So I'll have my social media linked below if you want to follow me on there. But I'll be seeing you in the next video, guys. Bye!